The Appropriations Committee. First, let's take attendance, I guess. Looks like we have a quorum. Okay, I think first before us is House Bill 1512.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. House Bill 1512 is Delegate Don Adams' bill. This has to do with durable medical equipment and complex rehabilitation technology for patients in nursing homes. You had this bill last year, and it passed both the House and Senate, and then kind of got reconfigured as a Section 1 bill to have a work group due to the questions about the fiscal impact. Essentially what it does is helps to pay for complex wheelchair bases and related accessories for individuals that reside in nursing homes. In the Section 1 bill you passed last year, you directed DMAS to do a work group on it and look at the costs of that. And the report came back and actually lowered the fiscal impact. And so what you see before you today is a bill that reflects the recommendations in that report. Fiscal impact is estimated to be about $1.3 million in general funds plus matching federal dollars in the Medicaid program.
Okay. Any questions to committee? Okay. Delegate Moorfield.
Mr. Chairman. Move to report. Oh, good.
Second.
Okay. House Bill 1512 is before us. Please cast your vote. We're going to we have a little screen malfunction here for a second.
I'll vote yay if you want to move ahead.
Okay. And House Bill 1512 reports by, it's on there now, by a vote of 21-0. Okay. Susan?
Next bill, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 1567. This is Delegate Rasool's bill. This directs the Department of Health to convene a work group of stakeholders to look at and evaluate strategies to reduce maternal and infant mortality rates. There is an amendment that is proposed to strike little paragraph III, which would involve having DMAS make recommendations on services and rates for a community health worker benefit, which is a little bit different than what the rest of the,
Move the
bill
amendment.
does.
Okay, Delegate Moorfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the amendment.
All in favor of the amendment, say aye. Aye. Okay. The bill is amended. It's before us.
Mr. Chairman, as amended, there's minimal fiscal impact which can be absorbed by the Virginia Department of Health.
I move to report.
Okay, there's a motion, a second to report 1567 is amended. Please cast your vote. And on a vote of 21-0, House Bill 1567 is amended. Reports. Thank you. Okay. Andrea, go ahead.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, good afternoon. I have the report of the General Government and Capital Outlay Subcommittee.
Okay, continue.
Right. The first bill of which is House Bill 1412, Delegate Marshall. This bill would increase the number of judges in the 22nd Judicial District by 1.
Good report. Okay, we have a motion, a second to report House Bill 1412. Please cast your vote. And House Bill 1412 reports on a vote of 21-0. Next.
Yes, sir. Next up, House Bill 1463. This bill was recommended with technical amendments.
Move the technical amendment.
All in favor of the technical amendment, say aye. Aye. Okay, the bill is before us.
Yes, sir. This bill provides a wrongful incarceration payment for Mr. Michael Haas.
Move to report.
Second. Okay, there's a motion to report House Bill 1463 as amended. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports by a vote of 21-0. Okay,
Next up, Mr. Chair, House Bill 1582 by Delegate Sullivan. Similar to the last bill, this bill provides a wrongful incarceration for Mr. David Wayne Kingray.
any amendments on this one?
I'm sorry, yes, technical amendments.
Okay,
Second.
okay. All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the bill is amended before us, and,
Second.
okay. The bill is before us as amended. House Bill 1582, please cast your vote. Okay, Matt, yeah. Okay, and that bill reports on a vote of 21-0. Next.
Next up, sir, House Bill 1591, Delegate Davis. The subcommittee recommended a substitute that,
All in favor of the substitute, say aye. Okay, bill to substitute is before us.
yes, sir, whereas the introduced bill would repeal a sunset provision for the Office of Data Governance and Analytics, the substitute reinstates the sunset, but extends it by 1 year to July 1st, 2024.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Move to report.
Okay, House Bill 1591 is substituted as before us. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 21-0. Okay,
Yes, sir. House Bill 1738, Delegate Carr. This bill requires state public bodies to provide the public with access to meetings through electronic communication means, including video conferencing, if that was a method by which the agency was already using. Due to increased reliance on technology as a result of the pandemic, it's not anticipated that this bill will result in significant costs.
okay, House Bill 1738 is before us. Please cast your vote. Okay, and that bill reports on a vote of 21-0. Okay,
Yes, sir. House Bill 2016, Delegate Adams. This bill directs the courts to appoint 2 attorneys in any case in which an indigent defendant is charged with a Class 1 felony. This would roughly double the number of expenses paid for such counsel to about $390,000 per year. These expenses will be paid out of the criminal fund.
okay, House Bill 2016 is before us. Please cast your vote. And House Bill 2016 passes on a vote of 22-0. Okay?
All right. House Bill 2317, Delegate Williams Graves. This bill reported from the subcommittee with an amendment.
All in favor of the amendment, say aye. Okay, the bill is amended is before us.
Yes, sir. As amended, this bill would increase the daily allowance paid for jury duty from the current rate of $30 a day to $50 a day at an estimated cost of $1.5 million general fund per year.
Okay, House Bill 2317 is amended is before us. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 22-0. Okay,
All right, yes, sir. Last bill from the subcommittee is House Bill 2411 from Delegate Watts. This bill increases by roughly 2/3 the fees paid to court-appointed attorneys for representation during ECO and TDO cases. The cost is indeterminate but anticipated to be able to be absorbed within criminal fund appropriation as it exists.
Second.
okay, House Bill 2411 is before us. Please cast your vote. And this bill reports on a vote of 22-0.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the Higher Education Subcommittee, the first bill is House Bill 1779. This is Delegate O'Quinn's Nuclear Education Grant Fund and Program Bill. It establishes a fund that will be administered by SCHEV to help for the nuclear power industry. There was no general fund impact, and the subcommittee recommended reporting the bill.
Mr. Chairman, I move to report.
Okay, House Bill 1779 is before us. Please cast your vote. Okay, and that bill reports on a vote of 22-0.
Next bill, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 2194. This is Delegate Byron's Workforce Training Credential Grant Bill. It increases the reimbursement from $3,000 to $4,000 that State Council can provide. This would impact mainly the driver's license programs for truckers. The money can be accommodated within the appropriation for the program now. The subcommittee recommended reporting the bill.
Mr. Chairman, I move to report.
Okay, House Bill 2194 is before us. Please cast your vote. What else we got?
The next page.
Okay, there he is. Okay, David, what bill do we have before us?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is House Bill 1478.
Gotcha.
This is the report from the Transportation and Public Safety Subcommittee. House Bill 1478 from Delegate Ballard would expand the definition of predicate criminal act associated with gang activity to include any violations currently defined in code as acts of violence. The bill would also increase existing felony penalties for gang crimes. The bill would require a one-time deposit in the Corrections Special Reserve Fund totaling $437,000 in fiscal year 2024, and the subcommittee recommended reporting the bill.
Report.
Second.
Okay, House Bill 1478 is before us. Please cast your vote. Okay, and that bill reports on a vote of 16-6.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 1642 from Delegate Kilgore. The bill would expand the definition of felony homicide to include involvement in the manufacture, sale, gift, or distribution of a Schedule I or Schedule II controlled substance to another, which results in their subsequent death. The bill would require a one-time deposit of $255,000 in the Corrections Special Reserve Fund in fiscal year 2024, and the subcommittee recommended reporting the bill 5-2.
Report, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to report House Bill 1642. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 12-10. Okay.
Yes, sir. The next bill is House Bill 1806 from Delegate Bloxham. This bill delays by 1 year the provisions of legislation enacted last year that states that vehicles that have the farm use exemption have to obtain a permanent farm placard from the DMV. This bill would make it effective July 1st, 2024, and also clarifies that trucks and SUVs that are under 7,500 pounds are also eligible for the placard, and there's no physical impact from the legislation.
Move to report.
Okay, House Bill 1806 has a motion and a second and is before us. Please cast your vote. And House Bill 1806 reports on a vote of 22-0.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 1885 from Delegate Byron. This bill would establish the crime of organized retail theft as a Class 3 felony, which would involve conspiring or acting with others to commit larceny of a retail property or several over a certain aggregate amount within a 90-day period, as well as receiving or possessing such stolen property, or organizing or managing the organization of engaging in a scheme for the transfer of such stolen retail property. The bill would add organized retail theft to the list of offenses defined as criminal predicate act for criminal street gangs as well as racketeering. And the bill would establish enhanced penalties for second and third convictions of misdemeanor larceny. The bill would require a one-time deposit of $14.7 million in the Corrections Special Reserve Fund in fiscal year 2024. And the subcommittee recommended reporting the bill.
Move report, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Okay, there's a motion, second, to report House Bill 1885. Please cast your vote. Okay, on a vote of 16-6, the bill reports. Okay.
Next is House Bill 2129 from Delegate Delaney. This bill would allow any child under the age of 18 to testify using two-way closed-circuit television in criminal cases. Under current law, an alleged victim or witness must be 14 years or younger at the time of the alleged offense, or 16 years or older younger at the time of trial to testify. The bill also lowers the threshold by which the court may allow such testimony. The subcommittee recommended reporting the bill 7-0.
Chairman, I move the report.
Second. Okay, House Bill 2129 is before us. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 22-0.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 2150 from Delegate Delaney. This bill would provide for the collection, retention, and storage of trace evidence or anonymous trace evidence collection kits collected as part of a forensic medical examination for a victim of strangulation. This is modeled on existing policies and procedures in place for PERT kits. The Department of Forensic Science estimates it would need $127,000 in fiscal year 2024 for supplies and a position, and the subcommittee recommended reporting the bill 7-0.
Mr. Chairman, I move the report.
Second. House Bill 2150 is before us. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 22-0. Okay.
Next is House Bill 2338 from Delegate McQuinn. What this legislation does is it authorizes the Commonwealth Transportation Board to use up to 30% of the funds in the transit ridership program to improve accessibility to transit bus facilities or to transition bus fleets and infrastructure to zero-emission buses.
I'm confused. I heard a bunch of conflicting stories down here. Please restate your motion.
Substitute motion.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to report House Bill 2338. Vote your conscience, please.
I don't have a conscience. That's why I'm voting no.
We might want to reconsider this.
Okay, and that bill reports on a vote of 20-2.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 2360 from Delegate Wiebert. This bill would increase from 5 to 10 years the mandatory minimum for a second or subsequent conviction for using a firearm in the commission of certain felonies. Passage of the bill would require a one-time deposit in the Corrections Special Reserve Fund of $48,000, and the subcommittee recommended reporting the bill 5-2.
Second. Okay, there's a motion and a second to report House Bill 2360. Please cast your vote. that bill reports on a vote of 12 to 10. Okay.
Next bill is House Bill 2373 from Delegate Wyatt. This bill increases the tax subtraction for Virginia National Guard members from $3,000 to $5,000 and expands the eligibility up to rank of 06, which is colonel. It is currently 03, which is captain. The estimated fiscal impact is a reduction in revenues of $675,000 in FY 2024, then $450,000 in the out years.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to report House Bill 2373. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 22 to 0.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 2384 from Delegate Les Adams. This bill is a recommendation of the State Crime Commission. The bill removes certain offenses from the prohibition of searches without a search warrant for the odor of marijuana. The bill establishes a threshold for THC blood content beyond which is considered impaired and makes it illegal to operate a motor vehicle, boat, or commercial vehicle. And the bill also establishes a process for analysis of a person's saliva to screen for the presence in drugs in saliva, and authorizes law enforcement to analyze such saliva swab. According to the Department of Forensic Science, they would need one full-time lab specialist as well as associated supplies to comply with the bill, which would be $106,000 per year. And the bill would also require a one-time deposit in the Corrections Special Reserve Fund of $50,000. The subcommittee recommended reporting the bill 5-2.
Chairman, I move to report.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to report House Bill 2384. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 12 to 10.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is House Bill 2487 from Delegate Davis. The bill would codify several best practices regarding the use of solitary confinement, restrictive housing, as well as restorative housing within state correctional centers. This would include such things as banning the use of solitary confinement unless it is requested by an incarcerated person, and their placement is reviewed every 48
Who's
hours.
going to request that?
It would ban the placement of individuals within restricted housing, and then also require that when an individual is held, it must be held apart from the general population, that such isolated confinement not last more than 20 hours a day, and that they must receive 4 hours per day of congregate activities to include classes, therapy, programming, recreation.
Move report.
Second. There's a motion and a second to report House Bill 2487. Thought I was listening to Buddy Fowler. The bill's before us. Please cast your vote. And that bill reports on a vote of 22 to 0. And I believe that's all the business we have before us today, so the committee shall rise.